What's up, guys? Welcome to the Crypto Savvy channel. I'm Craig, and I'm here to give you your update on Bitcoin. We're also going to take a look at the smaller time frames and kind of look at where you can watch if you are looking for somewhere to be bullish. We're going to talk about both scenarios here. We're going to focus more on the bearish because that is what seems to be playing out. We've been talking about these targets for a long time. We're going to go over those. Stick around for the smaller time frames. We're also going to take a quick look at the Dow Jones, the DXY, Ethereum, Litecoin, and XRP at the end. So make sure you stick around. Don't miss that. Don't forget, guys, go down, smash those likes, subscribe to the channel if you haven't already, if you want daily updates on Bitcoin and crypto. Also, leave a comment down below. Let me know what you think, if you have any suggestions or just what you think is happening in the markets in general. I'd like to hear what you guys have to say about it. So let's take a look. And if you guys haven't followed me on Twitter, make sure you give me a follow. It's at CryptoSavvy1. I've been throwing a lot of stuff out there lately. Like if I see something, I will post it on there, obviously. And also there's a free Discord, totally free. Check it out down below. There's a lot of traders, hodlers, bulls, bears, everything in there. Definitely check it out. Like I said, it's totally free. So let's get into it. There's also an indicator I've been watching lately. They got a hold of me, asked me to, do some videos on it possibly. I'm looking at it now, kind of going through it. I'll let you guys know what that is when I get more familiar with it and see, after I back test it. But anyways, let's get into the video. As you guys know, I've been looking at this Amazon chart from way back here in 2000. That was the bubble pop. And I do believe we could possibly be seeing the same thing for crypto. It ended up being a good thing in the long run, but Amazon never broke this high until 10 years later. Could that happen in Bitcoin? Possibly. Will it take that long? Doesn't have to. But this is a possibility we need to watch. We need to keep our eye on this orange trend line on the weekly, and it's around 41.3. A close below that on the weekly this weekend could be extremely bad for Bitcoin. That doesn't mean it can't go up a little higher. And we've talked about it before. If it was to do the same thing it did over here in Amazon, if we put the fib retracements from that swing high to the swing low where it bounced off of the orange, right, it got right to the 0.5 fib. So if we do that same thing over here, let's put that over here and see where that would take Bitcoin in the bullish case. The most bullish case, guys. I don't think you're going to see no $100,000 this year. If I change my mind on that, I'll let you know, but I highly doubt it's going to happen, just like I highly doubted it was going to happen last year, and it did not. Let's look at that 0.5 here, and that would be right around, and this would have to happen pretty quick, right around that 54.6 range. We also have the golden pocket up at that 0.65, but if it was to play out something like this did over here, it would have to be a very sharp move up within the next week or so. We've talked about that for about a week now, if it's going to play out like this. But again, if we close and then open it, and especially if we open and close the next weekly under this orange trend line, let me get this back out of the way here. Like we did back here, you can see what happened over here in Amazon. Once it started getting down below this, it was all bad. And if you look at the RSI seems to be playing out pretty much to the T also. And the MACD, you can see where we're at in the MACD. On the Amazon, we're right about here, which is literally where we're at on Bitcoin. So just something to take into consideration. Now, there's no guarantees that this is what's going on, but guys, it's looking eerily similar. So we're going to go into some other charts now. But before we do, if you guys are interested in trading, I've been talking about a new promo coming for Prime XBT, my favorite exchange. They don't trade against you guys like the scam exchanges. They don't clump all your trades all together. You can have multiple trades in. You can trade crypto, Forex, gold, silver, oil, S&P, Dow Jones, all kinds of stuff on one exchange, without having to have multiple accounts. You can use one account to have multiple trades, do what you want. Like I said, they don't clump them all together. Definitely check them out. And you can use my promo code SAVVY50. That'll get you up to a $7,000 bonus with your withdrawal or with your deposit. So you can go to my page here, the YouTube page. I have a bunch of free tutorials here you might want to check out. Some real good info in them. Some of them are rather old, but they are still have great info. But there's a Prime XBT tutorial here. If you check that out, it shows you where to put the promo codes. I think in that one, it says the promo code is 50%, but it is up to $7,000 now. Also, Savvy25 will get you 25% off your fees. Definitely check it out. Like I said, watch this video to show you how to adjust your margin, put trades in, and that. So let's look at the 4 hour. We have not changed this chart in forever. We had this range here. We were bounced. Once we fell out of this range, you guys know that at that point, my target has been and still is the measured move of this range. The breakdown is about 38.8. Now, we have some other targets here also. They're all marked. As you can see, the 39.2 target is just a measured move of this rising channel right here that we broke out of, and that's the measured move to where we broke out. I'm still looking for these targets. Actually, that one is possibly a little bit higher there. Let's put it about 90 or 39.3, 39.4. But anyway, and then we have the 38.8, and then this one down here, the 37.6. That is the measured move. If you look at this blue line on the top of that channel, and then the white line coming down as an ascending channel that broke down bearish. The measured move of that is approximately 37.6. So these are the areas I'm looking for. And like I said, before you could even think about getting bullish here, this RSI, you'll remember if you watched Monday's video, and I apologize not getting a video out yesterday. Crappy weather, just kind of feeling groggy, whatever. But that's why if you follow me on Twitter, I still post on there when I don't do a video. So make sure you give me that follow. Don't forget, guys, smash those likes. That helps the channel out tremendously. And share the videos and leave your comments. That all helps the YouTube algorithm get the videos out there. So we had this trend line on the 4 hour RSI. As you can see, we came up, tested it, got rejected as expected. If you were watching Twitter, me on Twitter last night, I pointed that out again. But if you look at my video on Monday, we talked about this happening. And as of right now, we are below the EMAs in the 4 hour. So chances are we will be coming down to these levels. If we zoom into this RSI, though, we did not quite touch that trend line. So you could look at it both ways, that maybe we could get one more push up, make some hidden bearish divergence here, and then continue down. But either way, even if we get up, like I said, unless we close a 4 hour, and when I say close a 4 hour, that means the candle has closed on the 4 hour candle above this trend line, because it could come up above there, but the RSI follows the candle body, not the wick. So it could get all up in this range and then come back down and close below here, the body, and that would be extremely bearish. So just because if it was to break this trend line before close is no reason to get bullish. Now, if it stays above there after the close, then you can go ahead and get bullish. But until then, it is still bearish. Anything under this 4 hour RSI trend line. And the weekly, we talked about this last week, guys. For about 2 weeks, we've talked about this. At a open and close of a weekly, which we got right here last week, guys. Below that 55 EMA is bearish, and that was around the 43.9. This week, if this closes below it, it's going to signify it even more that we could definitely be going down to these ranges, that 24.5 range. As you guys know, my daily chart, we've had this rising broadening wedge drawn in here forever. I have the 5-wave countdown up, our 5-wave counts down, and then our 3-wave up, and I do expect this to be bearish. That is the target of the wedge here. Now, if you want to be super bullish, maybe this holds, and then, Bitcoin crawls back up to new all-time highs is possible. I don't think it's likely, but hey, anything's possible. But I do still think we probably see these areas. As you can see in the daily, same thing, it came back up, got rejected on this RSI trend line on the daily. So something to keep an eye on, guys. But anyways, these are still my targets between the 37.6 and 39.4. Still expecting to see that range sometime in the near future. We talked about it Monday. I said either a couple days, maybe a week to get down to these levels. Looks like we're still working on it. And again, that weekly here is ugly, guys. Very, 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 very ugly. I know a lot of people are saying it looks like just like over here, but if you look at it in the weekly, it really doesn't look anything like this, guys. Maybe in the daily, you can manipulate it, make it look like that. But in the weekly, it does not look like this over here at all. So something to be aware of. Oh, yeah, another thing. On the weekly, you can see the rejection here. We talked about this being a possible head and shoulders on the weekly RSI. Put the trend line across the neckline, and we got rejected on it. So anyways, this is my wife's webpage. There's also a link to that down below. Definitely check it out. InkYourImage.com. She has a crypto section, pet section. She makes all this stuff herself. It is quality stuff, guys. Definitely check it out. Everybody that has purchased anything off of here absolutely loved it. One of the things on there that sells a lot of are the mouse pads. They have the divergence cheat sheet on it. And if you are into trading, you know, one of the toughest things to learn at first is the divergence. It can be confusing. So why not have it on a mouse pad sitting next to you? All right. So the Dow Jones, this is the 4 hour blown up, and we've been watching this rising broadening wedge, which usually is bearish. This is zoomed in over on this side. We were talking about it possibly getting up to that 37.1, 37.2 area to retest the top. If it breaks that, it gets bullish, and we can actually move this over now. And then testing the bottom of it, which would be over here, right here would be around 34.1. Now, you wanted to be bullish on the Dow. I know a lot of people are still extremely bullish. If it was to break that 37.1 or this top trend line, whenever it get up there, would be around, actually, we're going to move that up now a little, be around that 40,300 would most likely be the top. Now, if it was to break down past that 34.1, be looking at around 30,900 points right in that range, which would be extremely bad for Bitcoin. If you're following anyone that is just following Bitcoin and not looking at the other markets, as in, you know, traditional markets, gold, silver, DXY, then you might want to switch it up and go with someone that's watching all the markets, because they all make more sense when you look at them together. I guess I'll just put it that way. The DXY, we've been watching this forever. As you guys remember, I had been talking about this being the bounce area around the 94.50. It was almost dead on. Didn't quite make it down and made it to 94.60. But as you guys know, my targets are up here around 97.98. And in the big picture, I see us coming back up to test this trend line up top here, right around the 100-point range. So I'm still looking for that. You can see there's massive... This is the daily, but there's massive hidden bullish divergence here. We have lower lows in the RSI, higher lows in the price action. That's pretty damn bullish. I don't know why all my things are locked, but anyways. And Ethereum. So on Ethereum, we talked about this target we made way back months ago. I set a break of this 32.25 and it would become resistance, which it looks like we're there now. Next target is around 25.5. A break of that, 18.5 and 700 to 800 if Bitcoin goes in that longer term bear market. And I've talked about that chart on the Amazon comparison. Now, if it happened in the same time frame, we'd be looking at around 2023 for the bottom, and it would be towards the middle or end, and could be under 5,000 as a possibility, guys, if it was to play out like that. I do think we see at least the 20s, very good possibility of 10K, and still possible to see much under 10K. So be aware of that, be careful. Litecoin, and mind you, these are old charts, guys. This Litecoin chart, we've been waiting to retest this bottom trend line. If that breaks, that would confirm that Bitcoin and everything else is probably in a bear market. Could be looking for a $20 Litecoin. XRP, looking for the 20 cent range, maybe 30 at best, but it is looking pretty ugly for XRP. Now, we talked about the only way to get bullish, and we're going to move this over now, it would have to pass this 108 to $1.10, right in that range to get bullish. But even so, everybody's talking about new all-time highs. Even if that happened, that would get it up to about $3, which still is not breaking the old all-time high. But guys, this is looking bearish. There's really no other way to say that. I know a lot of people are talking about the SEC case and blah, blah, blah. But if everything goes into a bear market, it does not matter what happens. It's going down here, and things are not looking bullish, guys, in my opinion. If that changes, I'll let you know. Thanks for tuning in. Don't forget to smash the like, subscribe to the channel if you haven't already. Make sure to tick your notification bell to get you notified when I post new videos. Leave your comments down below. Let me know what you think, and I'm out of here.